All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. If you click it, you can become a member. All you got to do is try, recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to, so click the link. Now, with that being said, we're here today with another episode of The Terror Dome, featuring Senor Del Boy from Movie Mash. He came out of retirement in order just to show.
If there was anyone going to do it, it was you.
I know, right? He came to grace us with his face. So today we're doing a Valentine's Day special. And by that, I mean, we're going to take two Valentine's horror movies and we're going to pit them against each other. So if you guys haven't seen, I believe it's 85, right? 1985. My Bloody Valentine, 81.
Yeah, you even felt that it had that 70s feel still to it, you know?
Yeah, right. It felt older than what it really was, but 1981, My Bloody Valentine. The Minor also later on, it got a remake in the 2000s sometime. It was 3D, I remember that, versus movie Valentine from 2001 with the Cupid Killer, and that was a completely original film. So let's go ahead and let's break the movies down, shall we? So My Bloody Valentine. My Bloody Valentine is basically about this minor, not a minor as in a young person, but a minor as in somebody that works in a mine. Right? So he works in a mine. There was like some sort of collapse, and eventually, I think they were saying that he went crazy and started eating people, right? Because it's different between the two movies. Like the remake, I think they were saying that there was like some sort of gas or something that made him kind of go crazy. And then I think in the original one, they were just saying like he got like stir fever because they were stuck in the mine and
like
he just went crazy.
Something like that.
Yeah, right. So he just went crazy and just started killing and eating people because he needed to survive. So regardless of whichever, they're both similar. They just have small tweaks. Anyway, so the dude is locked up in like a facility or something, and he breaks out one day, goes crazy. And the town, and then he threatens the town, like if they ever have another dance again, Valentine's Day dance again, he's going to come back and murder everybody. So they don't listen. Like every other damn horror movie, they don't listen. They have the damn dance, and then people start getting picked off. Now, the one thing I did like about this movie is like it doesn't present itself as a whodunit, but at the end you're just like, oh shit, so you weren't Harry Warden, right?
Well, I also like that it wasn't the same person as it is in the remake either.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, the remake was somebody different.
And if you think about it, I was looking at because the same character was played by, is that Jensen Ackles or something?
You're better with names than I do.
No, you know the guy from Supernatural and all them things, right? Well, his character disappeared for a few years, and it was kind of on set. He just said he had enough of all what was happening. And it turns out then this killer had been in a mental institute, and it kind of made sense if you look at it. So when I was watching this original one, I was looking at, well, I know he's the killer because I've seen the remake, and it makes sense. And then it wasn't him, and I was like, huh? Do you know? Okay.
Yeah, you were expecting it to be the same.
Yeah, thing. I was like, okay, I like what they did there, you know, but all right, but still, it was there is something I wanted to ask you about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we spoke about something like this before. When the kills would happen, the picture looked different. Was it filmed at another time where they added scenes? Because the kills, the whole camera went from like trying to remaster this whole film, and then the kills looked like they were on remastered. All of a sudden, the camera changed. It looked funny. It looked it was weird.
Those were added. Those were okay. So there's an unrated version, right? There's an unrated version that was they had to edit it in order to make sure that it can actually get into the theaters. So they had to take a lot of the kills out. So most of the grainy, ugly looking kills, those were like scenes that were clipped from the original.
It was a lot.
I know.
Because they had every kill, you know?
Yeah, because this movie was considered very gory and very bloody. Okay. So a lot of the stuff they had to clip in order to meet that whatever it's called, the little grading thing, the rating system. So yeah, that's the reason why they did it a lot, and also Silent Night, Deadly Night, right? They cut out a bunch of scenes and then they put, especially
That's
the stupid
that's the one we're talking about.
the
Yeah.
the
The
deer
only
or the
reason I was
reindeer.
asking is it did occur to me what you were saying, but it was literally every kill scene, and I was like, it can't be this much they've cut out and remastered and put in and all that. It was a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's because like I said, it's because of the rating system. The rating system, like if they released it as is, like they probably wouldn't have let them put it in theaters. So
yeah,
they had to. And it is funny because this movie was supposed to have a sequel. It was supposed to have a sequel. Both actually, the remake was supposed to have a sequel, and the original was supposed to have a sequel, but it never came into fruition. I think the creator of it is actually working on a he wrote a book, and I believe he's working on a sequel like as a book. I mentioned it not too long ago on my channel, but we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, it's kind of hard to gauge what Hollywood's gonna do and if they're gonna bite or not, because again, the reason why the remake came out in 2000s is because we had this horror revival because of Scream. So they were more willing to give, like, these remake horror movies more of a chance. Now, if it doesn't have a name or it doesn't have a franchise tag to it, I don't think they won't be as likely to do that.
yeah.
But let's go ahead and talk about Valentines, since you saw this for the first time yesterday. Go ahead, sir. I want you to give the synopsis for
By the way,
Valentine.
quickly, on the 81 movie, I actually enjoyed it. I don't know.
Which
I
one?
watched the 1980 Valentine, My Bloody Valentine.
Oh
80.
yeah. It's
I
very
actually
enjoyable.
enjoyed it, do you know? But I just wanted to throw that. It was fun.
Especially,
Valentine,
did you
right?
like the sprinkler death? I thought the sprinkler death was tight.
Yeah, I did. But I want to talk about that when we get into the. But yeah, the sprinkler. You mean when he put what's her face on? And
Yeah. And then it turned it
I
on. That shit was,
only wish that was more remastered as well because it was so grainy. But anyway, Valentine 2001, starring Denise Richards in her heyday and Angel. I've forgotten his real name. He was Angel in like a spin-off Buffy TV show.
yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know his name. But I know what you're talking about.
Right. So basically, there's there's a film that wants to rip off Scream and the culture that's going on at that time. So let's get a bunch of good looking people in and just put a twist in it that we could see from the beginning. That's what My Bloody Valentine was about.
You mean
Oh,
Valentine?
my Valentine. Also,
Valentine.
we need a mask. All right, let's quickly get a mask. Let's go on Wish and look for anything that looks like
Don't
Chucky.
do that to my boy. Hey, like, I like this mask though. I like the
That
Cupid mask.
mask looked like you ordered a cheap ass Chucky mask from Wish, but they didn't have the rights to sell the right one.
You're supposed to be giving a synopsis of the movie, not criticizing.
That's pretty much that's what you got. Synopsis. All right. So what have we got? We got years. All right. Back in 1980 or 80 or whatever, there's a Valentine party, I suppose, right?
Valentine's
And
Day
there's this
dance.
young kid who's a bit of a geek or whatever, a nerd, asking all. It was actually quite funny. He was asking everyone to dance, and they all blew him out because he's a nerd. He'd be embarrassed to be with him. He looked geeky and all that. Then he ended up kissing one girl because she was just sad and lonely herself, and she had been bullied. And the long story
She was
short,
fat.
yeah, she was fat. And then all the bullies saw him, hurt him. He gets nosebleeds, and we cut to maybe 10 years later, I think.
Yeah, like 10 or 15, something like
10 or
that.
15 years later, and we got like there's a new kind of. I was trying to work out what the hell was going on because there's this. Are they doing some online dating or dating here, and they're doing this? I couldn't work it out. But as I said, 10 years later, there's a bunch of murders. They're thinking it's him, but who is it? Could he look different today? Because nobody's seen him since, and you've got to guess, even though it's obvious from the start. Literally, I mean, that's the worst synopsis because I'm out. I'm retired. Leave me alone. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so basically, it's about this dude dressing up as Cupid running around town killing people.
Cupid, is it?
Yeah, they call him Cupid or the Chub. I don't know. I don't like the Chub or Cherub. I don't know how you say it. I
Chubb
just
is
call him
a rip-off version of Chucky, which the mask was.
stupid. Anyway, so Basically, yes. The cherub is the guy, or the Cupid character runs around, kills people. They believe that he's getting revenge for being blown off when he was a kid. And because I mean, think about it. You're missing another key part. The girl lied and said that he forced himself on her, and because of it, he got kicked out of school. And he was also placed in some sort of like military school or type thing.
I missed
So
that one.
yeah, so he was shipped off because of it, because they remember he got beat up and they pantsed him and shit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
in front of everybody. And yeah, I mean, so people lie on you and do some cruel shit like that, and I could kind of see why he wanted to come back and
But kids can be cruel. They can be,
yeah, yeah, but that's a little bit excessive. So I kind of understand why he wanted to come back and get a little bit of revenge. But so at the end, did you buy that it was the girl? Like when they try to do the bait and switch, you're
No.
just like, oh, this has to be a lie.
Yeah, it was just because the way it happened as well, and how
Yeah.
quick it happened. I was like, nah. It
Yeah,
just
because when I saw it, I was like, oh, maybe they're doing a urban legends thing, like where the reveal turns out to be a girl, and you're like, oh, it was a girl the whole time.
First of all, like it could have been a girl because like there wasn't a lot of strength in a lot of the things he did. But what I was saying, be careful. Women are strong. I'm just saying he didn't do a lot of physically lifting. But what I was going to say is that I think there was a moment when I 100% knew it wasn't hers, when she was acting like it was her, if you get what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I know what you're trying to do here, right? And then you can't. We've watched a lot of films over the years, and we know how it works. And the way it was revealed, it was just too easy, too quick. I was like, there was no build up to it. So I now know 100% it's not her. I know it's him. Do you know what I mean? I just knew straight away. But again, look, I'm knocking the film, but I will say it was I enjoyed it enough. It was better than I expected it to be, even though it
was fun for a 2000s movie. It was fun. It had some really cool kills. I like the kills.
Some of the kills were decent, and
the kills were cool, and the fact that he used like a variety of weapons was also pretty cool.
I mean, he seemed to like the kitchen knife mostly, but it looked like he was a bit of an opportunist as well. He used whatever was around, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But
I thought it was better than I thought. It was better than I thought. I was expecting me to get a headache at the end, and even though I did have a headache, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But some of the dialogue was just.
But that's what you get when you get them early 2000s horror movies.
It just felt like Scream is the reason for all these kind of movies.
No, it is, like, definitely, because again, the slasher genre was dead until Scream happened. And once Scream happened, then that's when you had I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then that's when you had this movie. That's when you had Urban Legend. That's when you had the My Bloody Valentine remake, the Silent Night Deadly Night remake. You had the House of Wax remake. You had all of these movies, like the movie with the mutants, the Hills Have Eyes remake. All of these movies were remade because, like, okay, the horror genre is doing pretty well because Scream came back and killed it. So let's just go ahead and keep pumping out all these movies in order to see if we can gauge an audience.
It wasn't the worst. It was just, it is what it is. They tried, and it wasn't bad. I don't know how this film did, or I've never seen anyone talk about it really. But again, like, if you guys, if any of you haven't watched it and you like Scream, it's actually worth giving it a shot. Even though I liked My Bloody Valentine, the first one, and the remake more, but still.
So yeah, we're getting there. So all right, so you've already gave your opinion, but now we're going to go into the next segment, which we talk about which film is the better film. Right now, we can do, if you want, we could do one with Valentine and the original, and then we could do one with Valentine and the remake of My Bloody Valentine. There's a whole lot of Valentine word getting thrown around here, but
the thing is, though, they're very similar, so you could just use one in a sense as a whole, if you get what I mean.
Well, I mean, you can, but here's the thing, though. The aesthetic of the 81 is like, it's within its framework. So, like, example would be like, that feels like an 80s film. Like, it was in 81. It feels like an 80s film. And therefore, you could forgive a lot of it because it's in the 80s, right? But then once you get to like the 2000s, you kind of get some bad acting, and you get maybe some like cringy like CGI effects, and you're just like, that might chisel some points off,
Yeah.
You want a fun fact though? Gary, the director of the Hellraiser movie, you know that you remember the remake? You know Tom Atkins was on the remake, remember?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
You know when he got the pickaxe through the mouth
Yep.
and he ripped it off and they had the like fake 3D jawline coming at you? Well, he did the effects for the pickaxe going in the mouth.
Okay.
So
And
yeah, so
he's the guy from he did My Bloody Valentine remake. We're talking about.
yeah, Gary did. He
He-
worked on the effects.
oh no, but what else did? Oh, so the guy from Hellraiser you're talking about?
Yeah, the
Did
guy
that?
from Hellraiser worked on the effects of the My Bloody Valentine remake.
Well, now you know which one I'm going to pick already because we know who's on it, and you just give that shit away. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Tom Atkins
But,
is on it. That's it.
all right, so let's do the. All right, fine. Let's stick to the originals then. All right, Valentine versus the 1981 My Bloody Valentine. Me personally, I thought My Bloody Valentine is a better movie. Right now, to me, it's not by a long shot because I enjoyed Valentine for what it was. It's an early 2000s movie. It has all the little early 2000s vibes, so it's like it like the 80s movies, the early 2000s movies have become like their own thing. It's certain things that you forgive because you're just like, okay, that's an early 2000s movie. I guess I could kind of forgive it, you know?
Yeah.
So just like what we do with the 80s, we were like, oh, the 80s has like horrible acting. Oh, they have like these stupid looking characters. Why are all the characters stupid? And you're like, it's an 80s movie, chill out, you know? So as we give kind of leeway to 80s movies, I'm starting to give leeways to like the late 90s, early 2000s horror movies. Valentine isn't a horrible movie. I like The Mask. I know you didn't. I like The Mask. I like the character. I thought it was cool. Thought it was a cool concept. The twist wasn't super like in your face original, but still, I have to give it to My Bloody Valentine. It was a funner movie. The practical effects were a lot better. The kills were freaking dope as hell. And I don't know. I just had a lot. And it has a really great soundtrack, by the way. My Bloody Valentine original has a really great soundtrack. And also like the costume design, the weapon selection. You know, like it just the lore, because I can see a town saying like, hey, you know, there's a miner that went crazy and ate people and stuff like that. He's going to come back and kill us if we have this Valentine's Day dance. I can see that actually being folklore or lore that actually happened in somebody's town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say that My Bloody Valentine 81 is the better movie. What do you think?
Same here. I enjoyed it more. I think practical effects, it didn't look like it had as much money as Valentine did, but they used what they had. I like the small town kind of thing. The Valentine story seemed a bit elaborate, but then really it was actually all right. It made sense towards the end. Valentine, what I will say is, look, they tried their best to hide who the villain was. And I think for what they had, they did a good job in general. It's just, I put two and two together and this is out of the movie. I'm thinking Angel was a big star at that time. As I know, that was a big show. And he's not even the main character in it, but yet you have him in it. That was the first red flag. You know what I mean? You've got a big star, not the main star. He's just in it, right? Also, he's an alcoholic and but as I said, like what they had was he was the villain, but they had to find a way to hide the villain by giving you all the little bits in there. So that, you know, what they had was good. Denise Richards is in it, so that's good. And as I said, that was good. But I will say with the other one, I enjoyed it more. It was kind of more gory. I felt what's his name? What is the villain's name? Is it Harry or something?
Harry Warden.
Yeah. I felt he was more kind of frightening in a sense. Like, I mean, the mask, if I see a dude walking with some porcelain doll's mask, I'd be like, the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But some guy coming in with a gas mask sounding like Darth Vader, I'll be, hey, you know, what's up? But again, like, you know, the murders, I think the deaths were, I wouldn't say better, I would say decent, but I will, some of the kills on Valentine was actually all right, in fairness to give it that. You know, some of them were pretty decent, so I have to give it a bit of a in between there. They're about the same to me, but I still enjoyed 81 My Bloody Valentine more.
Another thing I liked about My Bloody Valentine too is that I didn't expect it to be a whodunit. So like it was kind of when they revealed at the end who the real killer was, I was like, I didn't know that we was trying to figure out who the hell the killer really was. Like I didn't know that this is what we were doing. So that was also a nice
It was
little.
good for me too, because as I said, I knew who the killer was because I saw the remake, and then I reached, and it isn't the same killer. So I was, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But
So yeah, that was good, and it made sense that it was the other guy. I was really, oh, he's away for a while, he's not well, and then it turns out the madman has been locked up for years and he's escaped and all that, and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, and it wasn't him. And I was like, oh, all right, that's good. But yeah, still good. But yeah, there's more to say, but I want to say it now because we're getting into the fight, and there's a few things that I will say that has something to do with who could
all right,
win.
so let's get into the actual fight. So you already know what we do in the Terror Dome. We actually pit these characters against each other and let's see who actually win in a physical altercation. So let's just say, I don't know, the Valentine's Day Chubb, I don't know, he got his heart broken by some girl that went to the dance at the freaking in the town in My Bloody Valentine, and he came back to get his revenge. And I don't know, freaking Harry Warden wanted the same person, and they just meet in the middle, and the person runs away, and they just end up having a face off. So if these two met in a on the prom room on the little dance floor to have a battle of wits to see who will win, who do you think would actually walk away with the W, Senor Del Boy?
I think this is a really easy one, but I've got to try and balance it out. So I'm going to go. They're in the middle of the field. We'll say take away the weapons because.
No, you got to give him the weapons.
All right, because Matey mostly has the pickaxe, and the other guy uses mostly a kitchen knife, which is a bit of an unfair advantage with distance. But all right. Yeah. So when it comes to speed, stealth, and strength, and stuff like that, I'm going to say that Chubb. Is it Chubb?
The Chubb, yeah.
Even though they were both stealthy, he seemed to be pretty stealthier.
Yeah, he was way stealthier.
The other guy was stealthy, don't get me wrong. It's just there was a scene at the beginning when she was doing an autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
And next minute, it was a dead body, and next minute it's a live body, and next minute she turned around, he's gone, I'm like, bro, she's doing some Michael Myers shit there. You know what I mean? Like, that's good. But again, so stealthy, I'll give it to him. But when it comes to speed, strength, and ferocity, Matey's got it. Harry's got it because he's faster, he's stronger, and he's got to be stronger working in his mind. And there was a point, even with Chubb got hit in the face with a pool cue, which isn't the nicest thing, but he was knocked the fuck out. You know? Which, if you look at it, Angel, the guy, he was a drinker, he was an alcoholic, so that didn't help. You know what I mean? He was an alcoholic or something. So, like, you've got an alcoholic who's wearing a girl mask or whatever, trying to kill people. His judgment ain't good anyway. He was knocked the fuck out, and so strength goes to the other guy.
Harry Warden definitely has him on strength.
He picked up that girl,
in that
face, and just hung her on that pipe sprinkler. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Now that don't mean Chubb can't do it. It's just we didn't see he can't.
We haven't seen him. We haven't seen any feats of strength.
Yeah, but the fact that he did get knocked the fuck out pretty easily.
But I want to say this: both characters have access to every weapon that they've used. So that means that Harry Warden has access to his pickaxe and also the bolt gun. But then that also means that the Cupid character has access to his knife, the bow and arrow, the iron, and the drill.
All right. So.
And an axe.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That guy in the back. But the thing is that, all right, I still think Matey has it because if you have.
Wait, who has it? You said Matey?
Sorry, yeah, Matey. It's still out. All right. So I still think Harry has it.
Okay.
Harry Warden, right? He has it because when I was watching the bow and arrow scene, he wasn't no bullseye. The target wasn't that far away, and it was a big target. And if you have it pointed in the right direction, and you're going for the stomach, which it went into, there's a good chance you could hit it. It wasn't some bow and arrow bullseye where he hit this and hit that and went round in his head. So again, that's. Still, I don't know. I'm up and down about that. The axe, he hit someone in the back, so the guy wasn't facing him, and he did use that. What was it? The drill?
He used the bolt gun, the nail gun.
Sorry, I meant Chubb. He's using the drill when he was trying to kill Denise.
He was using the drill, then he ended up electrocuting.
She was already locked in a tub. He didn't have to do anything physical just to do a few holes, sort of thing. Where if you watch thing again, Strength, he pushed that girl up against the axe came through her. He hung up that girl. They're both crazy, but the guy Harry has worked in a mine. He has to be somewhat physically strong to be working in there. And let's face it, it can't be easy killing people with that mask on because you can't see shit in that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So look, I will give stealth to Chubb. I will give stealth because
Cherub. Is it Cherub or is it Chubb? We keep calling this from Chubb. Let's just call him Cupid because I feel like it sounds. Right. I feel the word Chubb sounds hilarious as shit. Let's call him Cupid or something. Let's call him Cupid.
We'll say Cupid, right? He again stealth. Only going by that shit I seen him do, I was like, all right, you're pretty good. But strength, he seems to get knocked over easily. He used the knife, but the other weapons is when someone was back, there was the target in front of him. Harry able to pick someone up like that, push someone up, stay on the ground for 6 weeks, and then cut his fucking hand off just to get away. Do you know what I mean? The guy cut his own hand off just to get away. You won't get me, I'll get you next time and shit like that. Yeah, I was like, right.
I'll get you next time, Optimus.
Yeah. He was able to cut his own hand off, but when Cupid got hit, he just went down. He was struggling sometimes to get hold of it. Maybe it's because he's an alcoholic and he can't think straight. I don't know. Yeah. And he was a rich boy, so I would say up until this point, he hasn't done nothing really strenuous unless he lifts weights. Where Warden worked in that mine for years, and that don't look like it's an easy job. So
but then you gotta. It's not really Warden though. That the big reveal.
Oh, Harry Warden. But I'm just saying Warden because we know who he is.
It's a mining town, so I guess I guess all the kids have some sort of mining experience.
Well, mine is to me. But now, what I will say is, if you were in the house on your own, and there was a murderer you didn't know in the house, I think Cupid could get to you first.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean, I think he could get to you first. I think you may see Warden, Harry, or whatever, coming at you, at some point. But so if you look at it, if you're in a house on your own, you don't know, Cupid may catch you in that scenario. He may get you first.
I think. Look, I'm gonna have to disagree with you though. I think honestly, Cupid. Look, I think it depends. Okay, if both characters have access to every single weapon in their arsenal, then I believe that Cupid is going to win specifically because he has one long range item. I don't think Harry Warden's bolt gun has enough accuracy to actually hit him at a long distance. It seemed like he had to be really close, and the bolt didn't even go all the way through dude's head, even at a close range. So I don't think that it has enough accuracy to hit him. So I think that Cupid will have the advantage at long range. I think if it's long range and he has access to his bow, he can either kill Harry Warden or significantly damage him enough to get the close range attack in. That's what I'm going to say for that. Now, if we make it a close range combat, meaning that he has to either use the knife or his axe, then I'm going to have to give it to Harry Warden because Harry Warden has way more strength than him, like altogether. Like I think the thing about that pickaxe is one real blow. Any blow from that pickaxe is automatically fatal. Like it's automatically fatal. If you get hit with that point, it's over. It's done. Yeah. So all he really needs to do is just land one really good hit. And he seems to be very like well versed with how to use it. Like he doesn't seem to let you like disarm him real quick, especially in My Bloody Valentine, the remake. He seems really like that, like really well versed with that freaking pickaxe. Yeah, he's fast as hell in the remake. But close range contact, I'll give it to Harry Warden specifically because the amount of damage his weapon can do and the fact that he's stronger. But if both characters have access to every single weapon, then I'm got to give it to Cupid because the long range weapon is going to put him down like way easier.
That's the bow and arrow.
The bow and arrow. I think bow and arrow, long range, he's going to clip his ass. And if he doesn't clip him, then he's going to fatally wound him and he could just come in with the kill. Now, both characters had like, if Cupid had the axe and Harry Warden had the pickaxe, right? Even though the axe is a little bit lighter, I'm still probably going to give it to the pickaxe because, like I said, one really hard blow from the pickaxe is going to lay you down. The axe, it'll wound you, but I think any blow from the pickaxe is automatically fatal.
Yeah,
but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. What do you?
I'm not going to argue too much with it. I mean, I could find ways to find an argument with that, but I kind of agree with you in some ways. I do say that when I watched him with the bow and arrow, it wasn't the I can't remember, was it a guy? It was a girl.
It was a girl, and he hit her, and she fell down the staircase.
Far away from him when he did it, So you could say that, all right, he was, it wasn't that far away. But I will say that Cupid, it did come across that he was a bit smarter.
Yeah,
just a bit. He wasn't all rage and craziness. So he seemed to be calculated in a lot of things that he did. So if he is in a long range fight, he may, again, stealth. He's more stealthy. He's more cunning. He may have that upper chance. And if he has the bow and arrow, I do think this is what I was going to say though. If I want to really make an argument, I do think, I keep calling him matey, we'll say Harry. Yeah, I do think Harry had a chance to block the arrows, and the fact that he chopped off his own fucking hand, meaning, and then running off, kind of laughing and shit, make me think that those arrows that didn't go all the way through that girl may have been just going, shit, I don't give a shit about this, and still go at him. Do you know what I mean? And then Cupid's like, oh shit, Harry
does have a bit of durability.
That's what I'm saying. There's that chance where bow and arrow, there from a distance, he could have blocked it because he, as you see in the remake, he's fast. I think he can block stuff, with it. But but
I don't think he's gonna block a damn arrow like that. That's a reach.
But arrows from a distance aren't a bullet, But if it did hit him,
I mean, because you have to time that shit perfectly. Like I don't think you have to time it perfectly. Like you have to assume when he's gonna let go of the arrow.
Yeah.
So like you have the time. You got to calculate that perfect. I don't think that's like something I could just.
I know. I'm not. That's what I mean. I'm not going to argue with you about that to a point. But what I'm saying is that, we'll say, if I did go into real detail, I'm just saying the fact that he cut off his own hand, the fact that he does have an axe that could possibly block it, and the fact that if it did go inside him, he's so crazy, he could just pull that shit out and just start running, and then you'd have to go, oh shit, get another one, you're fucked, it's over. Do you know what I mean?
That too, it depends on how
he still would be hurt. He may even die over the wound, but I still think it would be enough for him to still go at him. So bottom line is, here's
the thing. In most case scenarios, like I said, like when you really think about it logically, if I give them a run at it with let's see, if I let him run the gauntlet and Cupid is able to fight him with each of his weapons, most of Cupid's weapons are close range weapons, and most likely he's going to lose that battle. Cupid wins 1 out of maybe 3 of those fights. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Harry Warden most likely is going to take it.
No, see, it's a bit vague, but didn't Harry at one point catch the axe and throw it like really far and go into someone? He just went.
I know I know they tried to hit him with the pickaxe, and I think he kicked it back into their face or something. It was something weird. I don't remember.
I'm just sure he just threw it or something. But anyway, it's been a while.
I think he did throw his pickaxe. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
I feel like that happened.
Film though as well, but
I feel like that's happened.
Yeah, but as I say, like, because it was a 3D movie as well. It was 3D. It's more than likely he did throw it at the camera. But again,
that sounds about right.
I agree with you. I also say, like, if you put it in the scenario where me and you, or just you, in the house on your own, because that would be just really bad if we were both in the house and get killed by Cupid, right? But I'm just saying, if it was just you in the house, you didn't know, some murderers in there, you'd probably hear Harry. Even if you didn't hear that, you'd kind of see he just wants to kill you, where Cupid, stealthier, more cunning, probably get to you first. Probably. So I would say, more times than not, Harry would win, but there's a chance that for me. So bottom line, most scenarios, I think Harry would win.
Yeah, I agree too. So today we're gonna have to crown the Valentine's Day king, and that king today is Mr. Harry Warden.
So
I think that in more likely than in most scenarios, Harry Warden will win. Although in a situation where Cupid would have a long range weapon, he might win that battle. But like I said, if we swap out all of his weapons, there's a chance that most likely Harry Warden is going to walk away with the W in most close range combat. But check this out, guys. If you guys are looking for a horror movie to watch on Valentine's Day, Crypt TV has a 30-minute movie written by Eli Roth, and it's called Be Mine. It's another movie with a Cupid mask looking dude, and he's running around with a crossbow. So, but this movie's kind of unique because it's a VR movie. So you can either watch it in virtual reality with the Oculus headset, or you could just watch it regular. If you want to watch it regular, it's on Facebook. You got an Oculus? Okay, yeah. So if you go to you can watch it with the Oculus.
I've never watched anything with it.
You should try it. Hey, let me know how it is because I watched it regular. So I watched it like a regular movie or whatever. So you should watch it in the Oculus and let me know how it is. But yeah, I heard like they have the link on Crypt TV. You click it and then I guess you go to it or whatever and you can watch it on there. But yeah, it's a 30-minute horror short. It's written by Eli Roth, directed by somebody I don't know who it is, and it's starring Tori from Cobra Kai.
Okay.
So yeah, so she's in it. She's the main girl. Now the acting is pretty fucking bad in my opinion, but I thought it was fun, and I think the killer, even though the killer's costume is all right, and I like his weapon too. He has a crossbow. So and then the ending was pretty cool too. Like I like the big reveal. But yeah, watch it. Let me know what you think. So if you guys are looking for a new horror movie to watch on Valentine's Day, Be Mine is available on Crypt TV. You can watch it via VR set, or you can watch it regular style on you can watch it regular on Facebook. You just gotta click it, open it, and just watch it. But yeah, so happy Valentine's Day to all you people out there having fun because this video will be dropping on Valentine's Day. But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below. Who do you think will win? Do you think Harry Warden will walk away with the W like we did? Or do you think we're underestimating Cupid and his abilities and you think that he will whoop Harry Warden's ass?
Or is there a scenario we didn't think that you think would have, where the other one would have easily won? So let us know, yeah.
Oh yeah, let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to go to Senor Del Boy's channel, Movie Mash Reviews. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and then tell that man to come out of retirement so that he can stop bullshitting and make some damn videos because we enjoy his content. You said what?
Just looking for attention.
Just looking for attention. Exactly. Look at that lip. Anyway, so let us know in the comment section down below who you think will win. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. Make sure you support both of our channels. Make sure to check out that Patreon link. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to like this damn video if you haven't. And then go to Del Boy's channel and like one of his random ass videos. Just have fun with it. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And I will see you guys next time. You are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are having a magnificent day. Adios, homies.